Narcissism. The word conjures up images of self-obsessed individuals, people who crave attention and admiration, perhaps even those who seem to lack empathy for others. But what exactly is narcissism, and why do some people develop these traits? To understand this complex aspect of human psychology, we need to look beyond the stereotypes and explore the science behind narcissism. At its core, narcissism is more than just vanity or self-love. Psychologists define it as a personality trait characterized by an inflated sense of one's own importance, a deep need for admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. But narcissism isn't a simple, one-size-fits-all trait. In fact, it exists on a spectrum. On one end, you might find people who are simply more confident or outgoing. On the other, there are those who display extreme narcissistic behaviors that can be harmful to themselves and those around them. To get a clearer picture, it's helpful to understand the two main types of narcissism: grandiose and vulnerable. Grandiose narcissists are the ones most people think of when they hear the word. They're extroverted, dominant, and crave attention. They often see themselves as superior to others and may go out of their way to seek admiration. Vulnerable narcissists, on the other hand, are more introverted and sensitive. They may still have a strong sense of entitlement, but they're also more likely to feel insecure and threatened by criticism. But where does narcissism come from? Is it something we're born with, or does it develop over time? The answer, as with many aspects of psychology, is a bit of both. Research suggests that narcissism is influenced by a combination of genetic and environmental factors. Some people may be born with a predisposition toward narcissistic traits, while others develop them as a result of their upbringing or life experiences. For example, children who are excessively praised or told they're special and superior to others may develop narcissistic tendencies. On the flip side, those who experience neglect or excessive criticism might also develop narcissism as a way to cope with feelings of inadequacy. It's a complex interplay between nature and nurture, and no two cases are exactly alike. Narcissism isn't always a bad thing. In moderation, traits like confidence and self-assurance can be beneficial. They can help people succeed in competitive environments, take on leadership roles, and bounce back from setbacks. But problems arise when narcissism becomes excessive. At high levels, narcissism can lead to a range of negative outcomes, both for the individual and those around them. One of the most significant challenges associated with narcissism is a lack of empathy. Narcissists often struggle to understand or care about the feelings of others. This can make it difficult for them to form genuine, healthy relationships. Instead, they may use others as a means to boost their own self-esteem or achieve their goals. Over time, this can lead to conflict, disappointment, and isolation. Another hallmark of narcissism is a constant need for admiration. Narcissists often seek out praise and validation from others, and they may become angry or upset when they don't receive it. This need for admiration can drive them to exaggerate their achievements or even manipulate others to maintain their self-image. In extreme cases, this behavior can cross the line into what psychologists call narcissistic personality disorder, a diagnosable mental health condition. So, can narcissists change? The answer isn't simple. Because narcissism is deeply rooted in a person's sense of self, it can be difficult to treat. However, change is possible, especially for those who recognize their behavior and are motivated to improve. Therapy can help individuals develop greater empathy, learn healthier ways to relate to others, and build a more realistic sense of self-worth. It's also important to remember that not everyone who displays narcissistic traits is a narcissist. We all have moments of self-importance or a desire for recognition. It's only when these traits become pervasive and harmful that they become a problem. In the end, understanding narcissism is about more than labeling people or pointing fingers. It's about recognizing the complexity of human personality and the factors that shape who we are. By learning more about narcissism, we can better understand ourselves and the people around us, and perhaps find more compassion for those who struggle with these challenging traits.